Hello, everybody. sPidA here, the Fight Card Podcast. Here in beautiful downtown San Antonio, man. Being joined by Steven Martinez, bro. How are you, man?
Doing good, man. Doing good. We're awake.
No, yeah, bro. And I appreciate you giving me a few minutes, man. I know it's early in the morning. I mean, we are downtown. You are from San Antonio, bro.
Born and raised.
And I mean, I know you've been at it for a while, man. And I know we talked a little bit about everything that was you've been through as far as growing up and just life itself. But I wanted to ask, bro, as far as your training, when did it start?
So I found Muay Thai when I was right out of high school. I was about 19 years old. About a year after, I was kind of spinning my wheels, just working, not knowing what to do, going to college part time. And I had played with it a little bit in high school, just never really took it seriously. And then 19, I just really took a strong interest in it. So I found Bang Phet Muay Thai. He's been around for years.
Oh yeah.
And I started off with him, and he was my first martial arts instructor, Crew Pet.
Okay.
Yeah, so I started then, and then I moved on from that. I was with him for a solid till about 2009, 2010 is when I found Rudy.
Yeah, bro.
Started moving over to MMA, and that's where I started that.
No, and I'm going to bring him up later on in the podcast, man. But I mean, of course, Rudy. And I was going to ask you this: did you start with him when they had the? Well, actually, it was after Tapmock. Did you know him back then?
Tambach, yeah. So I didn't know them back then, but I know the coaches like Coach James and all them. But I do know that they started off as far as what used to be a live MMA was like Power Team Jiu-Jitsu.
Right.
Everson 410. He had his own little spot back there, which was the Spartan Pit, and then he moved to a small spot on Huebner, which is where I found him. And like right there, Huebner Babcock area, there's like a little office park.
Right.
That's where I found him, and then I stayed with him until we moved over to Mainland.
And I remember that, man.
Right off of Bandera. Right up until about when they closed and they shut down 2017. I've been with him all those years.
Yeah, and as far as your training, I mean, of course, you were training with after you started training with Rudy and all them. It was just straight mixed martial arts, or were you still training in Muay Thai?
Muay Thai, like I've been, as far as my training, like I've been real lucky, man. I've been able to train with a lot of coaches and just martial artists around town. Like I have a pretty good relationship with just about everybody. Like I trained with Donnie Blue, James Walker, Bobby Southworth, Rudy, of course. He's pretty well known just locally here. I trained with some of the guys from Subcon. Of course, Ray at Dominion. When I started there, I was just cross training, trying to put together a full camp.
Right.
But yeah, man, I always maintained Muay Thai. Like there was times where I would dedicate some time just strictly going back to Bang Phet for a little while to sharpen up. And I was really just kind of moving towards MMA because that's was my student base at Spartan Pit when I started teaching there.
No, for sure, man. And now, I mean, of course, have you ever had the opportunity to fight in Muay Thai or kickboxing?
Yeah, it's hard to come by in Texas anyway. For whatever reason, I don't understand. We're a boxing state. I don't understand why kickboxing and Muay Thai is not more popular.
Right. No, yeah, for sure, man. I know even now, I mean, a lot of people are still going up to Oklahoma. They're traveling just to be able to get on there. I know there's a couple of promotion, or there is a promotion coming up with a Bobby Peak.
Yes.
So that's a good thing. I think they're going to be in Texas City, Texas,
Something
coming up.
like that. Yeah, and I've spoken with Bobby. I'm actually really happy that he's here in town, kind of bringing Muay Thai more to the forefront too. Because that's my original martial art. You know what I mean? That's like still my heart. Like my YouTube search history is all Muay Thai.
No, for sure, man.
But yeah, he's those promotions that he's working with to bring Muay Thai fights here to Texas. I think is gonna be really awesome.
No, I mean, definitely, man. And I mean, I'm looking forward to it. For one thing, I mean, it's a different platform.
Yeah.
Not everybody wants to fight in MMA. I mean, someone maybe want to do both, man. Now, I gotta ask you. I mean, I guess coming like from Muay Thai going into MMA, would you consider your stand-up your strong point at this time?
Still, yeah. I definitely I'm comfortable on the ground. I do have my blue belt in jiu-jitsu and everything, and I'm comfortable there. But if I don't have to go to the ground, I won't.
No, for sure, man.
If I can stand there and tattoo them, I'll fight. Then I'll do that.
You see, and then I was gonna ask you. I was there in your last fight for Fury UFC. I mean, and during that fight, I was like, oh man, it's gonna be a knockout. And I mean, the guy took you down, and you went for the sub. So of course, if it's there, you're gonna go for it, right?
Yeah, and one thing that I stressed my because they kind of were joking. They go, man, who's the Muay Thai coach that hasn't knocked anybody out in a while? And I go, but the thing is with MMA, submissions come easier when you can hit them.
Right.
There's not an implied agreement that you have to go to the ground. So being able to strike, because that guy, yeah, you remember that guy came out at me real hot, so I was kind of dancing around. letting him kind of blow his wad, and then we clinched up and we hit the ground. I was like, well, let me just start punching him, see what he gives
no,
me.
no, for sure, man. And I mean, it is mixed martial arts. You never know. I mean, of course, you got submissions, knockouts. I mean, even going to a draw, man, at the end. Now, this fight coming up, man, it's going to be January 29th in Louisiana.
Mhm.
Now, it is going to be for the DFC second event.
Yeah.
And what does DFC stand for?
Delta Fighting Championships.
And of course, their second installment. Now, is this fight coming up going to be an amateur fight or a pro fight?
It's going to be my pro debut. It's going to be a pro-am card, but it'll be my pro debut.
Okay. And I mean, what is your mentality going into it as a pro now, man?
The way I look at every one of them, it's just another fight, except I'm getting paid now. So
No, for sure, man.
that's like the cherry on top. Like, you know what I mean? Okay, now I get to get paid for this.
And as far as rules, I mean, from amateur to pro, what's allowed now going as a pro?
That's elbows and knees to the head.
No, and I want you to bring that up because I was gonna say that's got to be good, man.
Yeah. It's hard. It's hard when you train that for such a long time. Like coming from strictly Muay Thai, even in amateur Muay Thai, you're not really allowed to elbow unless you're in elbow pads or reinforced knees to the head. But you train it all the time.
Right.
And then coming to amateur MMA, where a lot of that's taken away, if it, like you feel a little bit restricted, so you think a little bit. Now I kind of don't have to think.
No, I mean, yeah, you can just let it go, man.
Yeah.
Let the instincts and muscle memory take part. And I gotta ask, bro. And I mean, of course, right now you are teaching at the Dominion MMA.
Yeah.
And what is the schedule like out there right now for you guys?
Right now we do have morning classes, so Coach Ray's there in the morning, all morning from like 5 a.m. to 11:30 noon, and then I'm there Monday through Friday. So I have adults classes Monday through Friday. I have kids classes Monday through Thursday evening.
Okay.
Kids are 6 p.m., adults 7 p.m.
And that's in Muay Thai or in MMA? Okay. And now I gotta ask because I mean, of course, you have a fight coming up. So how does your schedule change?
It is a little tough. You know what I mean? I'm essentially teaching full time, so as soon as I walk in the door, I'm working. I am lucky enough to have some support there because I have assistant coaches and I have developed a student base over like, hey man, I need you to run class. I need to get my rolls in. I need to get my drills in. I need to get work done. And then I do find time to do like strength conditioning. Like I have stuff at home. I've been doing this for a long time. I have kettlebells and stuff. So
Right.
Make sure I'm at least in decent shape for a fight and I'm sharp.
No, and one thing I gotta ask, man, because even training from home, I mean, it's just like, I mean, with COVID that happened last year, man, a lot of people got to work from home.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be doing it. If I were home, I'd probably be watching TV all day, man. But I mean, is it a struggle for you to train at home when you have to?
Sometimes, I mean, and it's funny you say that because nowadays, now that I have my infant son, he's up at 6, 7 in the morning, so I'm up and I'm doing stuff. I get him down for a nap. Well, I'm like, well, I'm awake. I gotta do something.
get a little workout in, man.
Yeah, I do something. So I'll grab the kettlebell, and I'm a personal trainer too, so yeah, I have all those protocols. I have tons of workouts that I come with. I've written down, so it's just flip one open. All right, get to it.
So you preach it, but you actually do it, huh?
Yeah, I try. My best.
And I mean, of course, this fight, man, it is going to be you're going in as a pro. Now, is the end result going to be whether or not you keep fighting this year, or are you already planning on staying busy the new year?
I am planning on taking several. And I already had this conversation with my coach. I go, look, man, I got like a couple of good years left. I'm getting old. So, I'm going to give myself a couple good years, barring any injuries and stuff like that.
Right.
I plan to take a few more, at least a few more.
No, for sure, man. And I mean, of course, you're going to be making the drive to Louisiana, man. I mean, have you been out there before?
I've been through there.
Oh, okay. But never to compete or anything, coach?
No, yeah. Just I passed through. So I'm looking forward to it.
No, I mean, I bet, man. And I'm pretty sure you guys are taking the team out there with you guys?
Yeah, we have. I want to say 4 other Amis on there, so we have about 5.
Oh, okay. And I was going to ask, who else is out there training, fighting with you? So it's going to be a team.
Yeah. So we have one of our guys, Steve Martinez. He's an Ami. He actually just came with us, but he's got plenty of experience. He moved here from Colorado. A couple of other guys. Ben, he's one of our younger guys. It'll be his debut, his MMA debut. One of our younger guys has been with us for a while. Another guy, Falco, it's his debut.
Oh, nice.
So it'll be a lot of fun, man. We're trying to get one of our bigger boys a fight on there, but they couldn't find a match, so we're bumping him to I think the following month, February.
Okay, okay. For the same promotion or just
I think another one.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you know Coach Ray, like we'd like to stay busy.
No, yeah. He's definitely always out looking for
Hustling
outlets,
and
man.
bustling, yeah.
And now this fight coming up. I mean, like I said, it is going to be your pro debut, man. Now, I mean, you have the wife and kids at home, and of course, she's supportive, of course, right?
Yeah, I've lucked out with that. I've lucked out with that. I know a lot of guys, their girls tend to give them a hard time. My wife has been nothing but supportive, man. She's part of my fight camp too, man. She's making sure I'm eating right. When it's time to cut weight, she preps all my meals. Like she knows the rule, the protocol. She knows the drill. A lot of it came from Rudy too back in the day.
No,
Like,
for sure, man.
this, and this when he's cutting weight. Those couple of weeks leading up to the fight. So she's like, okay, and she's on it.
Damn. I mean, that's awesome that that she is like that, man. Because yeah, I mean, even training in jiu-jitsu or MMA, it breaks up relationships, man. Especially guys that are sign up and then they're never home.
Yeah.
So it happens, man. Unfortunately, but that's a good thing that you have that support, man. Now, I mean, we keep bringing up this Rudy, man. Who is Rudy, bro?
So Rudy Hernandez, some of you may know him. He's pretty well known locally. He was my first MMA coach. After I had moved from bunk bed to Spartan Pit, the guy's just a mountain of knowledge when it comes to martial arts and MMA, fitness too. I mean, the guy's done it all. He's fought pro. He's done pro bodybuilding. He's a Marine.
He's a stud.
Yeah. And he became like a big brother to me, man. Like we got real close. I eventually became like the head martial arts instructor there at Spartan Pit. Just based off of what I learned from him, and luckily, Rudy's he's got a good network of coaches too that he can call upon. Like
right.
I met Donnie Blue and James Walker. It's just a litany of different people that we were able to work with because of him, and I still dude, there's still a lot of things that he taught me. Like when I'm running my students through, like if they're going into fight camp or if they're doing drills.
You're still using it yourself.
I harken back to my Spartan Pit days. You know what I mean? Like when it's fight camp time too, and I tell them, hey man, I got a protocol. It's not broken, so I'm not gonna fix it. It's always worked, for me, and even down to cutting weight. Like I still follow protocol, Rudy.
No, and I was gonna say, and does that word protocol come from him?
I don't know. Probably.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it sounds like something he would say, man.
Yeah.
And I mean, Rudy, man, I've known of the guy. I mean, I met him years later here in San Antonio. I know when I was training with Mike Rangel, Rangel Valetudo back in the day. One of our guys fought him in Corpus, man. This was for a Battle at the Beach, and this was before Open Hand. So this is how old, how long ago this was, man. But yeah, I mean, I didn't realize it was him till like years later, and I had already met him here, but I was like, oh man, I remember this guy, So he definitely comes from experience. He's been in the game for years, man. So I mean, for sure, he's still out there. I still see him posting every once in a while on Facebook, man. So it's good to hear from him.
Yeah, he's doing good. Yeah, he's got a family. He's up in Pennsylvania and stuff. So
no,
still keep in touch with him.
No, for sure, man. I mean, likewise. I always like seeing like everybody that was been there for years, man. I mean, I know I've heard of you and I had seen you around. It's just I had never introduced myself, or we're always like in the fight game, so it's it's mutual, man. But it's a good thing, man, and I appreciate you coming here. Now, this fight, like we said, it is going to be January 29th. Of course, you are looking for sponsors, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely looking for sponsors. As you know, you've been in the fight game a while. It's a poor man's game.
Yes, bro.
A lot of the times, what's going to help us is sponsors. So any little bit helps.
No, I mean definitely, and that's one of the things I keep telling even the new guys now, man. Is start developing your foundation, your brand and pushing yourself, because it's like for me, like back in the day, man, when I started, I mean, I used to punch in, AOL, we used to punch in MMA and nothing come out, it was like prehistoric, dude, and I mean, it's blown up, of course, now. I mean, but back then it was hard, man, because nobody knew anything about it. It's like you would tell them, oh yeah, those VHS tapes at Pop and Go, and oh okay, yeah, I've seen those, and so it's back in the day, man. But I mean, of course, it's a big network. I mean, for sponsors out there, man. I mean, how can you use yourself to promote them? Let me ask you that.
I mean, I'm pretty active on social media. I do actually have a pretty solid social media presence, across Facebook, Instagram. I'm even streaming on Twitch, bro. Like I'll put you up on my stream. Like,
oh, nice, man.
So like on there, I have a pretty solid following on there, Twitter, and I'm active. I've always been pretty loyal to brands that I've represented. Like one of them was Gear back when Eric Garcia was running it.
Right.
And they sponsor me. I still wear their stuff, man. Like
no, yeah. You see, and that's one thing. That's funny you say that, man, because I always told even sponsors now, when I tell them, man, you give this guy a pair of shorts with your logo, I say he's gonna wear that for 10 years, bro. Because like you said, it is a poor man's sport. I mean, not saying that you guys can't afford fight shorts, but once you're comfortable and you like to wear them, you wear them to death, right?
Yeah.
I mean, even I've got like maybe 4 or 5 shirts in my closet that I'll never wear because I've gained weight, but I just won't get rid of them, bro. They're there, and it's just like, man, I'm gonna hold on to them till one day I just lose weight. Who knows, man?
Yeah, and it's as far as like what I can do for sponsors, like I wear to training, man. I have a good student base, man. So like, oh, where'd you get those?
Right.
Who made that? Like, what's that design? You know what I mean? So that just the exposure to that, and then personal clients, because I don't I'll go to their house like, oh, I like that shirt, or I like those shorts that you're wearing, where'd you get that?
Right. No, for sure, man.
That's I have a pretty good presence, and then I mean I'm a bartender. I'll wear that stuff to work. If I do bartending spots here and there, and
you'll even wear it to a wedding, right? One night, as long as they pay, man. As long as they pay, hey.
Yeah. That paycheck's there, I'm good.
There you go, man. That's what I tell people. I said, man, I'll sleep with this stuff. If I come out in the news, man, I'll wear it. I'll throw it on there. It's like anything we can do. But for sure, man. I mean, we're gonna jump onto the podcast, man. But I appreciate you answering these, and best of luck to you come fight night.
Thanks, brother.
And until next time, man. Thank you.
Appreciate it.